morning, Tiger fans, and welcome to Inside Winnfield Sports. My name is Parker Carlino. Alongside me is my friend Richie Mercer.
Hey, how are you doing?
And me and Richie are going to break down some of the Winnfield spring athletics going on right now. Richie, it's good to have you with us as always.
Thank you for having me.
All right, this show is going to break down some of the spring athletics going on. We're going to start with our track team, then we're going to move into our softball team, and we're going to get to talk to some players and coaches and find out what's going on with them.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's get started.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to talk with our track coaches. Welcome back to Inside Winnfield Sports, and joining us now is one of the Tiger track head coaches, Coach Eric Hardaway. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, will you just break down for us what's going on in the track season, where we're at, some of our recent events, and what we're looking forward to?
Yes, sir. We're in week. We actually ran for 2 weeks now. We had one meet that got rained out. We hosted the Tiger Relays on Friday. We had a really good show, and we had 20 PRs for the kids. So we as track goes on, we get better and better. That's what your goal is. Each meet is like a practice meet. It's like I said, the sport's a little different than what the other sports are, because you basically, when you start your district meet, then it becomes a qualifying phase for our athletes. So the goal is to be ready to roll by district, which will be a week from this coming Wednesday. So we're here. So our first round of playoffs is right around the corner.
Hey, 20 PRs means that you guys are getting better.
We're getting better. There's no doubt.
So it's whatever you do is working.
Yeah, I want to talk about some of them. We got Richard Williams, who's ran a 10.5 this year. Gabe Wren, who you'll get to talk to here in a minute, ran 11 flat in the 100-meter dash. Let's see what else. The boys relay team, the 4x2, we ran 131.7 at the meet on Friday, which was 6 seconds faster than the Manny meet. So we made some changes on that, and we're only going to improve on that as we go forward. The 4x1, we had 44.4. Just to make a change on that to hopefully get that into the 43s. Got a kid that's running 56 in the 400, Citrus White. Also, we had PRs all through the long jump on Friday. Richard Williams jumped 20:11.5. Craig St. Cyr jumped 20:11. We had a freshman, DeAndre Means, jumped 19:7. So we got 3 kids jumping. That's going to be jumping 20, which is unheard of on a track team at the high school level. Shot putters, Alan Thomas throwing 40. Jacob Crosler's throwing 126.5. If you know anything about the discus in Winnfield, it's hard to break the record here because Mr. John Nichols had the SEC record for multiple decades. But 126.5 is the furthest I've seen in my tenure. I've been here 13 years. Also, somebody that's helping produce your show, Mr. Bradley Taylor, there is also in the hundreds in the discus. So we got 2 100-foot discus guys, which is a rare thing to have at the high school level as well. Also, 2 freshman triple jumpers. I talked to you guys a little bit about this the last show. I didn't call their names out, but I think they deserve some credit now that we posted some numbers. DeAndre Means has jumped 40 feet 9 inches as a freshman, really, really well. Kenneth Richard has also jumped 37 as a freshman, so that's 2 kids that we're looking forward to. Some of the girls' performances of note, I highlighted a few. The girls' relays running 151. Chloe White has ran 13 in the 100. The girls 4x1 relays at 52. Dedriana Means has ran 254 in the 800. Paige Carroll's 27.18 in the 200. Shalyea Jefferson is 28.61 in the 200. Harmony Scott has thrown the shot put almost 31 feet. Shalyea Jefferson is 31.3 in the triple. And her sister, Shalyia, I don't know how you say their name, Shalyia, but one of them is got 31.3, the other one is 27.3. It's two twins, so two freshman girls doing really well for us. Paige Carroll's also high jumping 4.10. That's some of the, just a rundown real quick of some of the performances that we've had in the last couple of weeks to give you an idea of where we're sitting right now. So kids are doing really well.
So you were sitting there talking about some of these feats that some of these athletes have accomplished, and you named a lot of freshmen. The future sure looks bright for Winnfield track.
We're very young. We have a few seniors that are contributing. We mentioned Zaylen Thomas, mentioned Craig Sincere. There's another kid in the relays, Caden Jackson. That's the ones that come to mind. The girls, I'm just trying to run through my mind real quick. I don't know that we have any seniors that are major contributors. Just mostly juniors down. So yes, we're very young right now on the track and the field.
Young and talented. So
yes, sir.
It seems like
yes,
across the board that you guys are not only rebuilding, but you're building now, and you're in the right direction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we talk about looking to the forward, or looking to the present. What is coming up soon? What does the postseason look like as you enter into that time period?
We have a meet this Thursday at Quitman that's going to be hosted by Weston. It's supposed to be 20-something schools there, so we'll get to see some more schools from the north to kind of get a gauge of where we're at. After that, it's the district meet, which we have Mansfield in our district, who's won, I think, 3 of the 4 state championships in the last 4 years. So they're really good. But River's solid, Manny's solid. It's a really tough district. If you can get our district, you have a great chance to be successful at the region. And so it's not this coming Wednesday, but the next is the district. Then the following Wednesday is regionals. Top 4 from district qualify for regionals. Top 3 from regionals qualify for state to go to Baton Rouge. So we're looking forward to see how many kids we can get to Baton Rouge. And right now the numbers are looking like we're going to have several. So
equipment is your, I guess, a warm-up to.
Yes, sir. It's the last, we call them practice meet. It's just a practice meet to get ready for district.
But you're still competing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're trying to get better every time we go out there. Yes,
so,
sir.
Just one question. Being a former track athlete myself, what about load management? I mean, do you have kids that may not compete in one event for several weeks, or how do you do that?
Well, we try to. I try not to practice at all the day before the meet to give the body a full 48-hour recovery.
Sure.
Our track season's so short that we have to move kids around to try to find which events they're best in, and you can only put them in 4 at a time. So it's kind of tough. Like the one you're fixing to talk to here in a minute back here, I don't know how many events he's been in this year, but I think we're getting approaching 6 or 7. Just trying to figure out where's the best places to use him. So that's a great example of just moving an athlete around, trying to figure out what is his best 4 events for him to be successful or her to be successful at the not only the district and the region, but also get them to state.
Because even though that it is a individual sport, it's still a team sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
It's absolutely a team sport when you start talking about relays and you start talking about the points at the meets that you accumulate. Like we runner up at our meet on Friday to a Class 4 AP body. So,
right.
I mean, we're competing well.
Right.
One last thing I want to ask you about, Coach, before we move and talk to Gabe Wren. We were talking before the show about how you have several track athletes who play multiple sports. You said that there's a lot of overflow with football and basketball. Will you just speak to the importance of that, how that helps in track and also in the sports that they're coming from?
It's absolutely important to be involved in as many as you possibly can. It keeps you busy. It also it just helps the flow of you're never starting over as far as training goes. And now these sports, man, are 52 weeks a year. It don't matter what sport you're in. It's 52 weeks a year training. It's including these young ladies you're going to talk to. They're doing something year round, even if they're not doing multiple sports. There's always something going on. So,
but and to expand on that is it takes the break off the body in terms of you have a baseball player playing track, it takes the weight off the arm. Now you're doing something specially for endurance or what have you. So
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I'm a big advocate for multiple sports instead of specializing.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go into a break, and we're going to
Can I say one more thing before we go to a
absolutely.
break? I want to say one more thing. We lost one of our athletes. His season was cut short due to senseless acting. He was an innocent bystander in gun violence, and I want to tell him, man, we love you, Lathan.
Absolutely.
We're praying for you, buddy, and this whole community is behind you, man. We can't wait to see you when you get back home, buddy.
Without
we love
question.
you.
All right, we're going to go into a break, and then we're going to talk to dual sport athlete Gabe Wren. Welcome back to Inside Winnfield Sports. Right now joining us, we have Gabe Wren. Gabe, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Gabe, will you tell the viewers at home just what sport you compete in, what grade you're in, and how you've been performing recently?
Yes, my name is Gabe, and I'm in the 11th grade, and I'm currently in track. I also play football, powerlifting, and golf. And some of my events that I am in track is the 100-meter dash, the 4x1, the 4x2, and I throw javelin.
Nice.
All right, Gabe, we're going to just roll into some questions real quick. So just explain to those at home, how you kind of get ready for these events, and maybe even how it differs from some of the other sports that you play for. Like, what does practice look like to you?
As Coach Hardaway says, run fast, turn left. So that's my motto,
Yeah.
Run fast, turn left. Yeah.
It's a good one to live by.
Just a lot of sprint work. I weight train, and it's different from other sports because track isn't as physical. Football, you're hitting each other. It's a little bit less stress on the body. Stuff like that.
It is, but it's explosive. So, which in turn helps with football and you other sports.
Absolutely.
So that's a even though it's the same, it helps.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah. So Gabe, again, we're happy to have you on here. We're it sounds like you've been doing great, man. What's your goal going into the next event? What are you striving for? What's the goal?
Obviously, to win. It's everybody's goal, right? Some specific, I'm trying to drop into like the 10, like the high 10s and the 100-meter dash, like preferably 10.7. That's where I'm shooting for. And then the javelin. Fun fact, at the meet, that was my second day throwing javelin, so I'm trying to shoot that up a little bit. I'm at 122 feet, and I'm trying to get into like the 160s, 170s.
Do you have one that you prefer? One that you like more?
Event?
Yeah.
I like the 100 because I don't get as tired.
Nice.
I mean, it's just off the start, shoot it down.
Right, 10 seconds.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's explode and get after it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Gabe. So you're a junior. You've got the rest of this season and then your senior year coming up. What kind of impact do you have to have on the guys who may be looking up to you, whether that be current high school teammates or even the younger generations? What kind of impact do you want to leave for them?
I want to mentor them, and I want to be someone they can look up to. So obviously, I'm trying to make the right decisions on and off the field, and also I'm trying to set records that can't be broken. So I want them to strive to beat those records.
Absolutely. And being that mentor, if they have questions, put them to the side. You just, hey, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. So being that leader,
Right.
That's important.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Gabe, it sounds like you're really successful at what you do. I mean, you're going to have a lot of eyes on you, you know. I mean, a lot of guys who are younger than you want to be like you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, setting that great example, I mean, it only helps you, you know, in preparing for your events, and then also helps the future of this program. So, dude, what you're doing is awesome.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take another commercial break, and then we'll be right back to talk to one of our other track athletes. So stay tuned here on Inside Winnfield Sports. Welcome back to Inside Winnfield Sports. Now joining us, we've got some of our lady track athletes. Thank y'all for joining us. If y'all just, you know, introduce yourselves to the
My
people.
name is Macey Anderson. I'm in 11th grade, and I run the 4x1 and 4x2.
My name is Shalyia Jefferson. I'm in the 9th grade, and I do the 200 meter dash and triple jump.
My name is Shalyia Jefferson. I'm in 9th grade, and I do triple jump and long jump.
All right, ladies, we're happy to have y'all. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you
us.
very much.
Just kind of rolling into some similar questions that we asked Gabe. You know, when you're getting ready for your events, you know, what does that preparation look like to you?
To me, I just stretch really good because, like, I cramp a lot. But, like, I don't get nervous when running because we're all just doing it for fun. So I just stretch and make sure I drink lots of water.
Stay hydrated and stretching. But even though it's fun, it's still competitive. That's right.
I get very nervous. I just be so nervous.
Hey, but you know what though? If it wasn't nerves, then you wouldn't be out there. So nerves are good. Just how to channel those in.
I pray, stretch, drink a lot of water. Thank you.
You gotta have that routine.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that y'all, you know, feed off of each other? Is there some sort of, you know, competitiveness internally that helps you guys get better for your events?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is that, you know, can you talk about what that looks like to you, you know, how,
Well, I personally, we try, like our relay, we try to get our times better each time and, like, our exchanges. Our 4x2, I think it wasn't that good, so last time, but our next meet, it should be better. But we just push ourselves in practice every day.
That's good. Good. Now you understand what was the issue. Now it's go back and fix it. So everybody's on the same page. Reload's different for track because it's not an individual sport now. It's four.
Yeah, it's
so
four
it's
people.
four. Get that baton. Make sure you stay in your lane and get after it. So it's so you have a starting point now. It's just now just get after it.
So, you know, with a wide range of grades, you know, we've got a 9th grade, 10th grade, or 11th grade. For the 9th grade, you're a freshman. You know, what does that look like having, you know, older teammates around you that you can look up to and depend on? You know, how much do you find yourself leaning on them?
I find myself leaning on them a lot because I just love them. And like they're my favorite, and they like teach me a lot. And when I was nervous for 200, they were just telling me it was gonna be okay, and just try my best.
Hey, Malik, you know what? That's great because you have the support staff of you being a freshman, really kind of unsure of how to compete, what the expectations are. So you have that supporting staff of, hey, what do I do here? How do I train? What do I expect? So that's not uncommon, and for you to have that type of mindset to say, hey, I need some help here. That's great.
You know, Richie, I can remember, you know, a long time ago when we were that age, you know, when we were freshmen in high school, relying on, you know, our older teammates to, you know, I mean, they set the culture, they set the example of what to follow, and you can't really speak to enough about a good quality, you know, upperclassmen leadership, and it sounds like we've got a lot of that going on within our programs.
It sure does.
It's led to a lot of success with you guys, and we're very proud of y'all. So just kind of one final question I want to ask, you know, each of you is, we asked Gabe, what kind of impact do you hope to leave? What do you want your legacy to be here as Winnfield Senior High School track athletes?
I hope to have a good impact on the younger ones, especially them, because I really do try to, like, put myself out there as a good upperclassman for them in basketball and track, because I know they look up to me, and they will be the next generation playing in the team after we leave. So try to be positive and really try my best when I'm doing any sport with them.
That's great. It's that's a great motto to have.
I hope I leave a good impact so like people just know my name.
Absolutely. I mean, you want that recognition, and that's whenever they think of Winnfield track, they want to put your name to it. Yeah, I mean that's the difference in track versus the other sport. It's individual, so you want your stars too. But in order to have that, you have to put in that work. So you guys seem to be putting that in.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
I would love to leave a good impact so I can like build a legacy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. If not, why are you doing it? That's right.
Well,
Thanks,
girls,
ladies.
we're so
welcome.
happy that y'all joined us. We're so thankful for the opportunity to get to sit and chat with y'all. But we're going to go ahead and take one more break, and we're going to go ahead and move into softball.
Thank
so
you.
stay
Thank you.
tuned on Inside Winnfield Sports. Inside Winnfield Sports, and joining us now is the head coach of the Lady Tigers softball team, Coach Ronnie Abels. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you having me.
Coach.
All right, well, will you just walk us through kind of where we're at in the season, what's been going on, and where we're looking forward to?
We're getting ready to wind this thing down. Got this week left in the regular season. Brackets will come out Wednesday, and we'll know kind of where we're at. Hopefully, we're going to still get a first-round bye and probably play our second-round game first part of next week. Finished up district in the last week or so. First district title in softball in, they tell me, 10 or so years, you know. Big feat. That was one of our goals. Again, I think the main goal is try to get to sulfur. I think it's been since 2018, since there was a Winnfield softball team that made it down there. So, you know, still a lot of softball to play. You know, speaking of district, this group of girls that you're going to see here in a little bit, of the 9 or 10 that we depend on daily, 6 or 7 of those 9 had 450 averages or higher. Our senior led us through district with a 670 average through district. I think we hit 6 or 7 long balls and Carly Caskey had a huge district with, I think she has a sub, that's like a .42 ERA through district. So been playing well. Got 2 tough games this next week. Got number 1 Stanley coming in. It's 23-4 tomorrow. Big one. And then they're number 1 in their division. And then we have Zawali on the road Tuesday, who's number 5 in that same division. Don't get any easier, man. Just try to continue to do what we do. We talked about in practice today, trying not to change a whole lot. Just kind of keep the norm, you know, just kind of keep rolling. So,
Talking to you offline, Coach, you said that you guys played one of the hardest schedules in the state. I mean, how has that prepared you? I mean, you take some lumps, but now here you are, and you battle tested. So.
I fully believe that. I mean, we have played some of the best teams in the state in any division, and down to the last week, I mean, we're still playing.
Right.
We're not going to run from anybody.
Sure.
I don't think the kids are not going to run from anybody. They're starting to believe that we got a chance to, you know, kind of make a run at this thing. So our division is brutal. When you start looking at number 1 Gina down to number 14, 15, everybody's pretty good. I mean, if playoffs started today, we would play number 11 Marshfield, who has one of the better pitchers in the state, you know. So just because you're a higher seeded team doesn't mean you're going to have an easy road to get to that quarterfinal or get that semifinal game. But this group that you're going to talk to here a little later on, they know what it's like to go play a team that's a number 1 or a number 5, or whether it be Division 1 or whether it be Division 4. I mean,
and our listeners need to understand that, albeit with only 1 senior.
1 senior.
And so that in itself is impressive. On top of the schedule you played, and now here you are.
You know, that and Raylan's she's done an unbelievable job trying to hold it together, because again, through a 32 game schedule, it's hard to keep everything headed in the right direction. Now this group, Raylan she's a 4-year starter, and then the majority of the ones playing behind her who are juniors, they're 3-year starters. So they've had a lot of experience, and they've taken a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. But again, you know, sometimes adversity builds character.
Absolutely.
It's gotten better as we
Especially
went forward.
sports, absolutely.
Yeah.
Coach, I want to ask you about something. This is kind of looking ahead, but you talked about, you know, a potential first-round bye in the playoffs. What does that preparation look like in the waiting? You know, you've got a little bit more rest than you normally would have. What does that look like to keep, you know, mentally focused and physically ready?
But Coach Hardaway and I were talking about that earlier. You don't want to take a lot of time off. over the last couple of weeks, we've given them some time off because we hit a stretch where it was 5 weekends in a row that we were traveling. We were playing somewhere 3 games. I mean, we're playing 6 games in 7 days. And now I think sometimes, and we have, I think we've taken a step backwards over the last couple of weeks to where we may not be quite as sharp as we have been. I think I credit some of that to we haven't done as much as we were, you know. That first round buys, it's always huge to, you know, get you to that next round, but you still got to prepare game ready, even though you don't have that game to play. It's to me, it's very crucial that you still try to stay intact of what you're doing and just like you're ready to play.
Hypothetically speaking, let's say you get that first round bye. So are you using it to nurse injuries? I know it's a long season. Are you using that to, but in the same sense, keeping the same routine? Because, you know, in softball, it's all about routine. Make sure everyone's on the same pitch schedule, at the same what have you. So how are you working that? And again, hypothetically speaking, if you have that first round bye.
Luckily, knock on wood, and the injury bug has not, you know, showed its ugly face this year so far, and hopefully it does not.
Sure.
This point in the season, you're not going to change a lot of what you do defensively. You pretty much are what you're going to be. Right. You know, now hitting is key. We practiced today, hour 45 minutes, and it was straight, you know, working swings and, you know, leading into that second round game. After we play Monday, Tuesday, pitchers are going to have to throw bullpens. You're going to have to try to simulate some stuff because you don't want them to take off either. You know, so but I still think there's a fine line. You know, you can do too much. Right. Or you can't do enough. So it's trying to find that mix of,
so is that whenever you get into the quote-unquote load management to where, hey, I don't want to overstress the girls, but I still want to make sure that they're still the same routine, but I want to stress their body out, stress their minds out. I want to make sure that they're doing what they need to do, but understand we have that week off.
Correct. And, you know, having the days off, so you get the first round bye, you got to have the second round played by Wednesday, you got to have the third round played by Saturday, and if you get lucky to win that one, you have a week off till the following Saturday or till the following Friday till you play. So this first part of it is not as big a deal, but if you get lucky and make that trip to Sulphur, that week off where you're completely off, that is a battle, you know, to try to stay game ready and stay in the groove. And you know, I think kids as well, they tend to pick up on what coaches kind of feel, whether we tell them or not, they get that feel, you know. So you got to be careful there. You got to be careful there too.
But that's not only now, but that's year round. That pick up your mannerisms, that pick up if you're stressed in the dugout, that pick up your, so if you could be even killed in a stressful situation, your girl's going to look over you and say, hey, my coach is not as upset, not stressed, so we don't need to be either. So
the one thing we've worked on a lot this year is having a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You know, and they can tell you, I don't remember where it was, last game or two we had. Once we got back, they had lost energy. And when we got back to school the next day, I said, who else lost energy? And they said, you know, so it's a feed off of me and my staff as well to try to keep them going where they go. It's a conscious effort of 24 or 5 of us trying to keep it all headed in the right direction. You know?
Hey, they call it a season for a reason.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
All right, Coach, I want to ask you one more thing before we bring the girls on.
Okay.
You told us that we have one senior on the team who does, you know, who's accompanied by a great group of juniors and the team as a whole. Y'all have done an incredible job. And we'll get to talk to her in a minute. But could you speak to kind of that senior leadership that she brings to the team and what she means to the group as a whole?
She and I have had several conversations, and there's times that she comes to me without me going to her about it. And the season evolves around keeping all the, I guess you're gonna say the outside noise, with girls drama, you know, for lack of a better term. Raylan has handled that well. Now, Raylan probably is one of the most, I guess she stresses probably more. over a lot of things, but she has done an outstanding job of trying to make sure. I told her coming in, I said, "This is your team, you know. This is," and we're going. 2 weeks ago, we talked about with her saying, "Relax, don't put so much pressure on yourself. You know, you're the only senior, so it kind of piles on you. But sometimes when you do that, your performance is not, because you stress a lot more." And she's done a unbelievable job of bringing this group together. I'm gonna tell you what, and I think she said it a couple weeks ago when Rich and Mr. Riley did a show with her. This group is a one big core. I mean, that's as I think Dave said before, they play for each other. Yeah. So that accountability deal we talk about all the time, they do a really good job of making sure, whether it's Raylan or whether it's one of those 7 or 8 juniors or whether it's a sophomore or a freshman, they do what they have to do to keep that cohesive group. And our success this year has been a direct reflection of that. I mean, as coaches, we try to set boundaries and guidelines and expectations and standards, and so they know where they're supposed to stay. But keeping that train on that track really goes back to, you know, Raylan and the things that she does throughout the year, from game number 1 to game number 35 or 7 or whichever one it is. You know,
Stress isn't always a bad thing. I mean, it's because that means she loves her teammates, she loves the game, and she loves what she's doing. So it's just how you channel that stress, and that's for you as coach staff to help her kind of lock that in to make sure that it's good versus bad.
correct. And I tell her all the time, some of the stuff I don't want to have to deal with.
Right.
You handle it.
That's
You
right.
know, and if it can't be, then we'll go from there. But this is 22, 23, whatever years. This has been a fun group. They've made it fun. You know, you got Bradley and them doing the show. I mean, it's fun for everybody, not just for us. It's been fun for the media bunch. It's been fun for the student body. It's been fun for the community. It's been fun for, you know, our job. Is we got to try to continue to keep that ball rolling, and I can promise you we're gonna give it everything we got over the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Coach, we're rooting for you, and we're going to go ahead and bring your girls up here to get to talk to them and learn a little bit more about them. So if you'll stay tuned, we'll be right back to talk to the Winnfield Senior High School Lady Tiger softball team.
Thank you.
right, welcome back to Inside Winnfield Sports. We're joining us now is the Lady Tigers softball team. Girls, we're so happy to have you joining us.
Thank you.
If you wouldn't mind just working down the line, introduce yourself and maybe what position you play.
All right, I'm Raylan Bartlett, back for my third time. I'm the only senior on the softball team, and I play shortstop.
My name is Anna Claire Bartlett. I'm a junior and I play left field.
My name is Kaylee Virtue, and I pitch and play third base, and I'm a junior.
My name is Kristen Phelps. I'm a junior and I play second.
My name is Addison Farr. I'm a junior and I play first base.
My name is Izzy Smith and I'm a junior and I play right field.
My name's Presley Gilcrease. I am a sophomore and I play left field.
My name's Santana Harris and I'm a junior and I play center field.
My name is Carly Caskey. I'm a junior and I'm a pitcher.
My name is Kaylee Callender. I'm a sophomore and I'm catcher.
My name is Braylon Goldman. I'm a freshman and I play third and second.
My name's Anna Phelps. I'm a freshman and I play third.
Girls, we're so incredibly proud of you all and the accomplishments that y'all have had. You know, with your district championship, looking forward to the playoffs. You guys have all done an amazing job. I want to start with Raylan. We talked about you a little bit with Coach Abels. You know, being the only senior on this team, it's got to be, you know, an incredibly tough task. You know that you seem to handle well. I mean, Coach Abels said that, you know, every 2 out of 3 plate appearances, you're getting a hit. I mean, you're an anchor for this team, but it seems like you're surrounded by some incredible, you know, teammates alongside you. Will you talk about kind of what they mean to you? How much of an impact they've had on you?
Yeah, I mean, it's very stressful being the only senior on a team of a lot of people. So I do get stressed out, but, you know, mostly the juniors, they know how to calm me down. The select few just know how to make it really easy and take a lot of the stress off. So I'm very grateful for all of them because they make a hard task pretty easy. So I'm really grateful.
But that stress, you talked about, it just means that you care about your teammates, you care about the outcome, you care about the program as a whole. So it's not, people always say, oh, stress, but that in itself, as long as it's channeled right, that it's good. It sounds like that you're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And what's it like getting to play with your sister? I noticed that she's on the team. You know, how do y'all feed off of each other?
Oh, it's amazing. Well, most of the time, it's amazing. You know, there's some times where we get into little arguments, but yeah, it's great. I've really enjoyed sharing the field with her. It's very special.
That's a special bond that you can't get back. I mean, in terms of those memories, that's going to be something that you have for lifelong.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If any of you other girls, you know, if you want to chime in and maybe talk about what this team means to you, what it's like, you know, getting to be a part of this special unit. You know, I mean, I see 12 of you up here. I mean, that's a small, tight-knit family of sorts. I mean, you're playing so many games together, all the long practices. If you kind of want to talk about what this team as a whole, you know, means to each of you, feel free to do so.
If I can, this team really just means a lot to me because, of course, I did not play last year. And so coming back, this team has been very supportive and really, like, lifts me up when I'm at my lowest. All of them have. And it's like nobody's competing against each other. We're all with each other. It's no animosity. It's all like Coach Abel said, there's no really any drama because Raylan takes care of that, and I just feel like I can trust these girls with anything that is going on in my life.
Hey, when you have a great locker room, which it sounds like you guys have, that's really key to your performance on the field because there's no quote-unquote drama. It's just you guys have each other's back. Now, there may be some stripes back and forth, but you get over it. You understand the common goal is to win. So it sounds like that's what you guys are all about.
And I also feel like we're not afraid to tell each other the truth.
That's right.
And I think that's a very big part of being on a team is you're able to get stuff off of your chest and you're not afraid of hurting somebody's feelings because they know deep down it's coming from a place of love and you just want to see them do good. And I feel like all of us have that on this team.
And you can do that, and it comes from the right spot, and because it's for the betterment of the team, not tearing down the individual. It's just, hey, you need to be better for us, not the individual.
Sounds like whenever you girls are holding each other accountable, and that's really when you see a team take the next step, is when you go from, just a bunch of girls playing softball to a cohesive family who is, looking out for one another, helping one another, correcting where correction's needed, and it seems to have paid off really well for all of you. But I know when you all got here, you kind of saw some of the questions that we might ask, and there was one that I think that you all circled that you were maybe excited for, and that's about your head coach, Coach Abels. So just, our question says on here, how would you describe him? But, feel free to talk about, what he means to you as a coach, how he's impacted you, maybe even a funny story or two if you've got him.
Now, I will premise this. Y'all can say it as you want. I won't let him make you run.
Anybody want to start or shall I?
Carly will. I think he really lifts us up as a team. Like, even though he's like kind of mean, it just like when he keeps a good attitude, we all have a great attitude. Actually.
I would say Coach Ronnie is a very supportive coach. He's definitely more tough love than anything. He'll tell you how it is, even if you don't want to hear it, but he's very supportive of us all, and I believe that he wants the best for us.
But even if you may not want to hear it, it's something that you need to hear at that time. I mean, it's so not because of a situation, but to help you be better as a player and as a team. So it may sting at the moment, but it's in the long run, it's gonna make you better.
This is my third year playing for Coach Ronnie, and there's been a lot of highs and lows. We've had lots of wins and losses, and good times and bad times. But overall, he's probably one of the best coaches I've ever had. He's really uplifting most of the time, and he's just a good coach. I really love Coach
That's
Ronnie.
great. Most of the time we'll take it. We'll take it.
You talk about the highs and the lows. Do you want to go into some of those maybe that you've experienced? If you don't, you don't have to. We'll kind of move into another question. What do you want this community to know about you, about y'all as a team, getting ready for this playoff run? If you had a message to deliver, what would you want them to know about you?
Come watch, we're really good.
Absolutely. Call it like you call it. You guys have played one of the hardest schedules in the state, and y'all played a lot of hard teams, and here we sit. It's on the cups of a playoff run, so absolutely, the community needs to come and support these ladies. It's you don't put the hard work in just to have a empty stands. You need that support.
About our community, I would say that we are like beyond grateful for everything they give us and how much they put into us, and it's just we cannot go into enough to thank our community for what they do for us truly.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you have a town rallying behind you, it only makes your job easier.
I don't think we can honestly do it without them. Like, to be honest.
Yeah, it's whenever you have that hard inning, and all of a sudden you may get down because softball, kind of like baseball, it's a game of failure. So whenever you have that bad inning, and then all of a sudden you look over and you have that support of those stands, it's okay. I can get through this, as opposed to your teammates too. And I can get through this, and so yes, absolutely, those stands need to be filled.
I know a lot of you have probably played together since y'all were little. We talk about the impact of, throughout the years, y'all have become more than teammates. You've become family in a sense. How does that kind of translate? How does that help out when you're on the diamond?
Yeah, I've played with, a lot of these, my whole life, ever since I can remember. And we've become, more of a family. We can tell each other, what needs to be said, and we can also just like be our normal selves around each other. And we just have really good chemistry, I think, on this team than lots of other teams don't get to have.
And that, you just said it, it's the chemistry part of it is because of how you guys feel about one another off the field versus not just, hey, I pull up to the ball pack and I'm going to play. It's, hey, I care about you off the field, not just on the field. And now, on the field, if something happens, we're going to talk about it. But it's, but you're still friends off the field, which is huge. And not going to hold a grudge or not going to hold, oh, you can't. It's softball, but we're still family.
All right, I got kind of one final question that I want to run through, and that's what's in a season with a lot of success that you've had. There still comes with that the highs and the lows, the hills and the valleys. I want you to talk about one of those difficult parts of the season and how you handled that. Because that's often when a great team comes together is not when everything's going right, but when everything starts to go wrong.
We've had a really good season, and the first start of the season we started off strong. Everything was on point, and we were going through all our highs. And this past week we've hit kind of a rough patch, just lousy energy, and I think we got really just used to beating people, and we figured it was a given. Like, we walk on the field, we're supposed to win, so we can play however we want, and we steered away from what we do, and it's just getting back on that track of knowing, well, we still have to go out there and perform every day as if, we're playing one of the best teams in the state. We just have to go out with higher energy every day and not just walk out to expect to win, but go out and play to win.
I think that complacency hits every team, regardless of what sport it is, eventually throughout the season. Now, do you allow it to stay in the clubhouse, or do you allow it to identify it and, hey, we're not playing for what's on our front of our jersey, we're playing on what's on the back. And so now you've identified it, and you said, hey, this is not our standard, this is not what we do. We need to regroup, we need to refocus, and you as a senior leader, hey, we need to adjust what we're doing and get back to our basics of winning softball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's certainly easy to get into a routine, especially when y'all have had the highs that you've had. It's easy for any team that's playing at really good within their level to get to that point where they feel like everything is it's already been earned, as opposed to still needing to be earned. When you realign the goals to get prepared for the postseason or whatever your end goal may be, it's necessary. It's part of the sport. So as you girls move forward, what have you done to kind of reset those goals, refixate your minds on the goals at hand?
I think we just look and see what we have planned ahead for the future. As you said, we reset our goals, and that we know where we want to go at the end of this, and we know that we want to reach sulfur, and so we have to realize what that takes, and we have to get back on track of how we were with the high energy, coming out aggressive. We just have to start from where we begin and just continue doing that.
You guys have had a game plan all year, and it's got you to this point. So don't get out of the game plan. Don't be an individual softball player, but be a team, and not just allow my individual effort. Oh, it's to take over what my team goal is, and I think that's what.
I kind of think we've done a good job at that this season. Like, not just, of course, we worry about our individual stats,
Sure.
but I think we've done a good job on worrying, like, hey, even if I slack here, I know my team is going to pick me up here and carry us the rest of the way. Like, we don't, stay down on ourselves because we know we have other people to help us just keep moving forward. And I think we've done a good job of forgetting about the lows and moving forward. And
You have to forget about the previous at bat in order to be successful on the next one, regardless of what happened.
And that's why I would say this team is very supportive in that fact, because no matter if they've had a bad at bat, there's somebody telling you, hey, keep your head up, or and still cheering you on while you're having your at bat,
That's great.
even if they are down on themselves.
Yeah.
They forget about it and focus on what the team has to.
That's great. That's what a team's all about. Is picking each other up, even because everybody's not going to have a high point the entire game.
Well, girls, I think I speak for the entire community when we say that we are incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished and all that you will accomplish. You all seem to be incredible, young ladies, and we wish you all the best. And we're so incredibly thankful that you joined us tonight to give us a little bit of insight into that.
That's right.
If there's one thing that you could leave the viewers at home with about your team, about what you are, what the Lady Tigers are as a whole, what would that be?
We're definitely winners, but we're just
Winners, absolutely.
There we go.
I mean, it's not cocky, that's confidence. I mean,
I am. I'm very confident.
It's in the play. It's in the play.
Yes, but
You should hold your head up high.
it's just we're one big happy family. I mean, it's
shows.
great.
It definitely shows.
Yeah, like we said, we're like, it's not only a team, it's a family, it's a unit. We're not, like, of course there's individual positions, but once we get on the field, we all play as one. Like,
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's they don't call a team for nothing. So it's definitely, whether you are a position player, whether you're in the dugout supporting from the dugout, you always have to be ready, and it's the next man up, and so it's you guys we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Y'all.
I encourage all of you at home, if you have the opportunity, come out and watch these girls. Come and support them. I mean, they are really a champion group of young ladies. But I think that's going to do it for our segment with you guys. So we're going to take one final break, and we're going to come in to wrap this up here on Inside Winnfield Sports. Welcome back to Inside Winnfield Sports. We've just had the opportunity to talk with two of our incredible spring sports teams here at Winnfield Senior High School, the track team and the softball team. And Richie, we got a lot of insight into what's going on.
We did. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great information.
These are two incredible groups that have done really well this season, and
Phenomenal.
we're looking forward to where they go as they enter the postseason.
We will definitely keep tabs on it.
All right. Well, for all of you at home, we thank you for joining us. My name's Parker Carlino. Alongside me
Hey,
again
Rich.
was Richie Mercer, and we hope that you'll be back for our third installment of Inside Winfield Sports.
Thank
Good
you.
night.